don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, that's what it do to me. Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking deadly. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Come back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Trouble moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ first class, not what you went to. You need a relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat chain and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Father, you need a in case the movies get insane. You be the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. Head of a module, but never mommy, man. I'm the head of a module where you come from.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for all in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Second and 10 now from the 27. He gets him for a loss of 5. Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami, making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. They can just beat one defender, and they're not very good.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Back to the 33. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys?
At the 37-yard line. Bud Dupree able to drop him for a loss of 4. Now Prescott, flush to his right. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Second down, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Thirteenth play now, the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal.
this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive. So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry will lay down that. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. On 2nd down, it's Ben. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there. Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. On the ground. So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well. Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard. Yeah, sometimes you have the courage to make that type of a play call. A lot of times you actually get rewarded. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. This one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative.
They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 32
now, here's first and 10.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. And the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't happen.
He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissue. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. Now a first down carry here. Taking it to the 13-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And they'll keep it this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
step on that last
because the
play.
drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Bullshit!
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, as the first half is... Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Well, he one of them sauces. Winning.
These guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
On the stove.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Bologna and cheese, ham and cheese in there. You got your noodles. I can't cook them right now because I'm playing the game.
Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here.
Now they're going to cook when she get home.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A give to Bell. 7. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They snap it at 1. That was Roethlisberger.
Defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
I guess they
figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this
quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it.
He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Big Ben of the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and get the That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play, the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Man open left side. Field right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. for Brown. That's his 5th catch. So 5 catches over 50 yards. You might as well set your watch to that. He does it every game.
Think about 2013. The only player in NFL history to have at least 5 catches and at least 50 yards in every single game in an NFL season. So that's not just talent. That's durability. That's dependability. That's a guy who really wants to push the championship.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And his throw here is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. Gain of 21 yards.
Just get the play off. That's Prescott. And the field pressure right.
He's got this down to the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move. First down.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Just do get the plays up as you look to throw. Inside the screen, complete.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Prescott now, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
A former first-round pick in on the stop.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
They go to Elliott again. And able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far.
They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
That's right.
He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And after this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Prescott. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Fakes loose. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles
and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here.
17 yards to go on second down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is intercepted. That should do it.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Big hit of the Steelers with a first and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the sack.
Tyrone Crawford in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. Past the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point out by Boswell. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will get them one closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get more interesting. The kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off
after this.
Gotta figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10. I would expect to see some pressure here.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
What's up, man? What's up?
Not totally home free yet, but
I told you I owe you this one, man. I told you that when you beat me, man.
A first down carry by Elliott.
Yeah.
Down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry.
Oh, man.
Up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that.
Yeah,
with that
yeah, I know.
I know what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football.
Hey.
We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
I don't know, man. Hey, you know, some cats go for it, man.
We're likely running into this thing.
Yeah, I mean.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here.
Yeah.
Back at the 47. It's a
Oh, man, it's been good, man. Just, you know, same old working. Playing Madden. Ain't doing much, you know, working, playing Madden. Ain't doing nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? How long you going to be on tonight?
A little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
God.
1978. I think it was in November.
Ah.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad.
Yeah, I know.
7.
Shoot, I bet. Shoot, I know that hurt, bro. Shoot, dang.
A give to Elliott. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. Starting to look like this drive may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the
Oh, that's what's up, man.
This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's a blessing, bro. You ain't lying.
Into the ground and secure a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
My name's Terry.
Okay, I'm Rick.
All right, Rick. All right, nice to meet you, man. Yeah, man, I mean, you know.
Elliott running right.
Yeah, man, hey, I appreciate you being a man of your word, you know what I'm saying?
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL.
Yeah. There you go.
Get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Oh, yeah.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long.
Yeah, these fools, these fools crazy, man.
And the play clock is going to run out here.
Yeah, they get cursing and coming on here talking crazy. I just let them talk. I mean, one day my lady was like, "Who is that talking to you like that?" I said, "Oh, man, that's over the mic." I had to turn the mic down. Right. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ready to get off, but huh?
You get ready for 20?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting that 20 early, man.
Oh, okay, y'all did it now already.
Yeah, I was. Oh, okay.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to get off, but I'll be back on in another hour. All right.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
be home. She said she'd be home in a few minutes. You better hurry up and eat.
White folks don't. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gon' need a sight. Type of money you gon' need a buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay white. Type of money you gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana gold yard bandana. Big a lot of like Santa. Threw a birthday party in a phantom. Big like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, my head cornrows. I can see you pain with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank take small. Bank account on some talk. Attitude on some bang roll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try. Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gon' need a sight. Type of money you gon' need a buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay white. Type of money you gon' let you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. Gets fielded in the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. First down, Prescott. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first and 10, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mateo. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing now is Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Breeze will try again on second down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here, he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And out now come the Cowboys. Prescott on first down. Steps away to his left. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing, Prescott, escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
A handoff left, Elliott. Oh, the spin. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. Prescott now on 2nd down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down to score. They come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. That'll bring up 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hello?
0-2, 0-2.
She don't want nothing.
On play action, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Now Breeze lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards.
Yeah. I'm always playing the game. That doesn't mean I hung up on you because I wanted to hang up. I thought you was done.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
I can't hear you. What'd you say? I don't know what time you got work.
Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
6:05. You didn't get out of work earlier than that?
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
You got to work earlier than that.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
What? I put it on the table.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by a former 1st-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a play fake. Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. It's Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Man, y'all killing me.
A good pick up there at 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. On third down, here's Camaro. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A second down throw for Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, Prescott eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Intended that time for Cooper, and now it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
She still got like $120 left.
Snap comes in 1. And now Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looking for Gann, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jones.
You want to watch the fireworks?
I saw the play coming out, and that just was problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me tell you what the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that,
they wouldn't like that last year,
interceptions
It's just
result.
spraying. It's going to be bad. You got off.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Where is it?
Well, we can get some off. Okay, one more. I just looked online.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
No.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up
They don't
front
have the
buying that
TVs on
time?
sale.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created
They have
time
the
and allowed the
70-inch
space to happen, and it turned into a really nice
758.
play.
Okay, play going down.
Prescott looks to throw on
The one that they had for
escaping the pressure right. He's going to go deep for Beasley. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
That's what people should close on.
From the red zone now, Prescott.
Did we just say we're going to watch the fireworks?
Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score.
You
And
don't
the
want to do it?
Cowboys draw a bit closer.
You don't need
Extra
to go watch
point
the fireworks?
forthcoming.
Or you want to stay here?
I said I didn't need to do that.
Well, come on.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll
There's a
cut it to
close in there on
3
the,
and
thing.
10-7.
Look when they're not.
Don't start calling me,
So just
okay?
a 3-point game now as they send this one
All over the place
away.
anyway.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally defensive. Just don't get loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to tackle. See how they attack him here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's here revealed
Pretty
at
good
the thing.
coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL,
They think they split. They giving people all this money. So remember, I got what? 25, 25, 35, and this one 25. I didn't have a free play. You know, like a other bonus reward. It would have been $30. Boy, that thing stone. Turn red in here. Go to the next bed.
Looking across midfield.
I was playing the
Goes
quarter.
for 24 yards.
I won like
He's such a
40,
good route
that
runner.
was
Shows you
like
there on
like
3rd down. Very
$49.
proficient and a good pass.
something
And you know
alright.
what I've
I
observed
just
over the years in the NFL?
keep on going.
The
See if I
better a
can
route
get
runner you are, the more
I got
confidence
up to
your
probably
guys
like
have in you to
$60.
go to you
This
at
is like I
important
can get
times
paid like
because he can
60.
trust you being in the right
Fuck that
spot,
shit, fuck it.
and they
I
connected
just
there and
said
picked up a
he's
first down.
40.
Just what you want on a
Hey,
first
$10.
down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
No, ma'am. Your clothes enter on that bed that I had picked out for you. That blue jeans skirt. I'm coming. It's already 9 o'clock. You just got this to play.
Again, it's Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready. We're waiting.
Back now here live in New Orleans. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze to throw for it on fourth. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On second down, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Breeze. And look at this. They get the title. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to get it. No guarantees they're going to get it back.
That's stanky.
Time to do anything with it. So they got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So quick on the spin.
Always spinning, man.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze leads this one with Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
46. Prescott on 1st down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have plenty.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about